While the Shenango Wildcats were without three starters, Jeff Swiner, Brad Ziegler, and Jeff Tanner this past Saturday night when they hosted the Neshannock Lancers at Glenn Pop Johnson Field. It was homecoming night, and here's what happened. Homecoming night at Glenn Pop Johnson Field in Shenango Township with the Wildcats hosting the Neshannock Lancers. Of course, Shenango trying to rebound from last week's loss to the Laurel Spartans. Good crowd on hand for homecoming night as the Lancers get final instructions from head coach Bill Young on a beautiful night for football. Temperatures in the high 40s. Got a bit chilly later on in the ball game, but still an excellent night condition-wise for football. Lancers receiving the opening kick, and Shenango's defense just played some super football throughout. Neshannock gets good field position from the start, 35-yard line, their own 35. We see quarterback Rob Lytle of Neshannock pitch here to Anthony Ashone. Ashone looking for some room, gets tripped up for a few yards, picked up about 4 yards on that play, but Shenango's defense was tough against the run all night long against the Lancers. Here we see Rob Lytle being decked by Jason Nativio, fumbles the football. Wildcats pounce on top of it, so Shenango strikes early with the big turnover of the contest. Nativio again hitting Lytle, and the Wildcats pounce on top of it. Here's quarterback Chris Dibley for Shenango. Hands off to Scott Johnson. The first play from scrimmage rips off a big gain. Touchdown Shenango. So the Wildcats from their first play from scrimmage lead it by a score of 6-0. Extra point was good. Cats led it 7-zip. Again, the Lancers on offense. Hand off to Scott Stewart, their big back. But the Wildcat defense, tough as it was all night long. Jason Nativio on the stop. Shenango on offense. Scott Johnson, the big ball carrier, with Jeff Swiner out of the lineup. Dibley goes back to pass. Chris looking for some rub, being pressured. Now decides to keep it. Picks up big yardage on the near sideline inside the 15-yard line, and also picks up a Wildcat first down as we see head coach Frank Bonjavingo rooting his troops on. Lancers, after they hold on offense, Brian Prosson, the ball carrier, brought down by a host of Shenango tacklers. Wildcat defense continued just to stuff the Lancer offense continually all night long. Lytle under center, looks to pass, nowhere to go, sacked all the way back to the 5-yard line. Chris Straub, Mike Esposito leading the way for Shenango. We see the Cats leading at 6-0, and some happy fans at the end of one quarter of play at Glenn Pop Johnson Field. Dibley under center with Scott Johnson in motion. Chris looking for somebody to pass to, still looking, throws upfield. Pass is caught. Nice sliding catch there by Scott Harrison of Shenango. Dibley again to throw the football. Chris looking, throws upfield. Pass is caught in the end zone. Scott Harrison, first game back because of an injury all season long, and Scott scores, and the Wildcats extend their lead over the Neshannock Lancers as the Lancer head coaching staff talks things over. Robbie Lytle under center for Neshannock. Lytle dropping back to pass. Now has time, throws over the middle. Nice catch made there by the Lancers. Excellent play by Neshannock as they're trying to move the football, trying to get something going offensively here in this game. Lytle being pressured is able to throw it. Again, good pickup by Neshannock as they're starting to drive now on the Wildcats, and able to do it through the air. They weren't able to move the football on the ground very well all night long. Here again, quickly, a Lytle with the quick pass off the line of scrimmage, but Chris Dibley making a great stop to stuff that play up. Bill Young telling his ball players what he did wrong on that play. The Lancer crowd, though, does enjoy it, watching their team drive the football. Lytle running for his life on the far side, being chased by Jason Nativio. Hit as he throws, and the pass was almost caught in the end zone. So the Lancers could have cut that lead before the end of the first half. We see Shenango leading at 21-0, but the Lancers could have cut it to 21-7. Happy crowd on homecoming night at Glenn Pop Johnson Field. Lytle, this is second half action, and the Lancers move the football early, but now the pass is picked off. Now they say, was it a pass, was it a reception, or was it an interception? And they give the ball. They say Anthony Ashone came up with the football over Adam Karcheski of Shenango, so it's Lancer football. Lancers on the drive. This is the opening series of the second half. Shenango jumps offside. Lancers inch closer to the end zone. Lytle under center. Lytle goes back to pass, being pressured and sacked for a big loss. Right there, big number 79, Ricky Basil, in on the stop. Fans saying hello all over the place here tonight. And as we see the cheerleaders also on homecoming night at Glen Pop Johnson Field. Lytle drops back to pass, is able to hit as shown off the line of scrimmage, picks up a couple of needed yards for the Lancers. Still 21-0 to this point. Shenango on top. Lytle drops back again, looking on the near sideline. Pass in and out of the hands of Anthony as shown. Almost made a great catch on the near sideline. This is late in the ball game. Bobby Hilton, the quarterback for Shenango, the Wildcats, with their second string in the lineup here against Neshannock. The Lancers will come up with a touchdown here very shortly. Lytle under center again for Neshannock. Lytle is able to hand the ball off to Scott Stewart. Stewart fumbles the football. It's loose. A couple of Cats can't come up with it, but Neshannock, the ball bounced their way one time that night, able to pounce on the football. Still Neshannock ball. Lancers trying to avoid that shutout against Shenango. Here, big Scott Stewart bounces off a couple of Cats and inches it closer to the end zone. But the Wildcat defense was the story early. They really dictated the football game throughout. We see Lytle hitting a receiver on the far sideline. Ball deep in Shenango territory at about the 5-yard line. Lytle again. Hands the ball off. And touchdown, Brian Prosson and Neshannock. So the Lancers are able to punch one in the end zone. 28-7. The final score of this one is Shenango won it. We see again the second string of the Wildcats in there with Bob Hilton, the quarterback for Shenango. Hilton on a handoff here, very little yardage. This is very late in the ball game. Piper, the ball carrier there. Neshannock, as time starts to wind down, trying to get another touchdown on the board, but they won't be able to do so. Shenango's got a big one coming up, as that was the final play of the game this weekend against Wilmington. Cats win it 28-7. This week, the Wildcats travel to Wilmington to battle Terry Varelli's Greyhounds. As we told you earlier, the Lancers will take on the Union Scotties. Stay tuned. There's still more to come on the football recap, including the battle at Taggart Stadium between Newcastle and Ambridge. We'll see what happened in that ball game when the football recap continues.